This video was supposed to be as exactly as the previous one, when I would just talk about what went on Monday, what happened on Friday, and what I did on Saturday, for example. But this time, I don't think it's actually interesting for me exactly, and I wanted to talk about my mental problems and how I kind of fixed it on Sunday for some reason. For the past week, mostly what I did is nothing. I mostly spend my time watching YouTube and doing this job and doing that job, finding out my purpose or something like this. I don't know, but this time I realized what my problems are truly and kind of actually solve them today. So let's actually talk about them. Procrastination was super hard for me for a decade probably. Around a year ago, I started to realize that I've been procrastinating on stuff. I just learned the term, like the word procrastination on itself, which is simply to avoid doing stuff up until the last minute panic arises, that's how procrastination manifests. But then I realized that procrastination is actually not the problem, it's the solution to the problem because, it's your brain trying to motivate you to do stuff and you just saying, no, I don't want to do this. And you kind of procrastinating, you deciding to not do something, even though your brain actually trying you to force yourself to do it. That's the procrastination. And whenever the deadline will arrive, or just 2 days before the deadline, your procrastination or anxiety will come back here and you will just have to do it. No matter what you do, your mind will be truly focused on doing the stuff you needed to do, and procrastination actually solves the problem on itself. The problem with procrastination, another problem, which is, on a daily basis, it's not the great strategy to do stuff. So I wanted to actually solve my procrastination. And as I learned a lot, well, exactly today, even though like previously I knew what was procrastination, I never thought that the procrastination was the problem, actually. I thought that the problem was a lack of motivation, a lack of passion, a lack of purpose, a lack of confidence sometimes, or something like this, but mostly it's all basic. Like basically, it's just procrastination problems. Procrastination has three different types. There is no just the procrastination, there's three types of procrastination. I don't remember the third one, but first two are avoidance procrastination and the operational procrastination, if I'm not mistaken. Avoidance procrastination, if you truly avoid doing the task, doing something that you wanted to do, because you're simply scared of the consequences, or mostly it's just an emotion that holds you back from doing the stuff. For example, I'm just dumb right now, and coming up with a good example, I would actually let's try to steal someone else's example, which is imagine your family went on a holiday somewhere, just you are home alone, and you broke something in the house which is super expensive, and eventually when the family will come back, you will be fucked. But whenever the parents call you and ask you, is everything okay in the home, you mostly would say it's okay, and you're actually avoiding the emotions that actually like would happen. You actually avoiding the results or the consequence of your actions. You don't want to be punished, even though you know for sure that you already fucked and you can't fix it. But for some reason, you're just avoiding getting over it, or simply saying that you broke something. It is the avoidance procrastination, and it's mostly all about emotions. And sometimes I do have it, but I don't remember when exactly, because only right now, not exactly right now, but like a couple of hours ago, I realized that the problem is procrastination, and I don't know exactly at which time I have the emotional problems or something like this. Doesn't matter. So yeah, whenever you have an emotional like avoidance procrastination, whenever you're trying to avoid something because there is the emotion, or you have no idea. Sometimes emotion can be buried completely beneath the surface, and you just don't feel like doing something. So in order to actually find out what's holding you back, you need to go towards this task. You need to just start to do the job and see what kind of emotion would you feel at that moment. What is it? What's kind of emotion that holds you back? Sometimes it could be fear, sometimes it could be shame, regret, some negative stuff, mostly, because negative stuff tends to be avoided by the people. But just moving towards doing the stuff would actually help you to understand and realize what kind of emotion it is that holding you back. And by processing this emotion, by actually like sitting with it, trying to find out what it is, like why am I fearing, what it is really, by simply like processing the emotion, you would actually understand how to solve this. I don't know exactly how to do this because I'm emotionally just dead mostly. I'm all about IQ, not the EQ, so sorry, I have no idea how to fix this. For now, I would actually try to solve this. I would actually try to find out how to solve this in the future, but right now I have no idea. But mostly this is the strategy. You just finding out something, try to process it, reflect on your ideas, and it will actually like, fix it on its own, because emotions are not logical in nature, so they will disappear when they will like lose their power when you find them out firstly, and if you process them, they will just vanish completely, as I know. The second procrastination stuff is operational procrastination. And the problem is mostly about having no idea how to do stuff that you said you're gonna do. For example, learn Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is super big topic, is super big. And if your brain has no idea how to actually just sit and do the job you said you need to do, he would be stuck. He would, completely scratch his head and has no idea what to do with this. And it's mostly like operational procrastination. You simply don't know how to do something. And in order to solve this, it is best to simply write down the plan on how you would do this. For example, if your job is abstract, and if your task really just imaginary or don't have a clear road, for example, getting a job or becoming a president of something, whatever, just start from the end goal. Start from the last step that you need to take. For example, you want to get the job. Well, what do you need to do before getting the job? What do you need to do before doing that? And I don't know about jobs right now at all, but mostly it's just like having a list which is already a quest bar is good, if I said it correctly. But let me try to use another example, which is mostly recording videos. Sometimes, even though I know how to record videos, sometimes I get super paralyzed by the idea that I need to record a video. It is sometimes super hard. Even today, it was super hard for me to just sit down and start to record and start to talk on a camera. So what I did, I said to myself, well, what do I need to do before like making the whole video? Well, I need to publish it, isn't it? It's the last thing I need to do in order to make a video for the YouTube, as I think. Then before publishing it, what do I need to do? I need to fill up the the description, then title it, then make a thumbnail. Before making a thumbnail, what would I need to do? I need to edit the video. Before editing the video, I would actually work on audio. For example, record, as I'm doing right now. I'm recording myself. And before, audio, or even while you're recording something, you need to record the footage itself. Before doing the footage, you need to script, and before scripting, you need to have the idea. And if it's not enough, you would actually break it to even less parts. For example, in scripting today, especially, it was super hard for me to just know what I wanted to talk. So I just tried to realize what's the end point of the scripting. For example, what's the last thing I will talk about here? The last thing is, for example, goodbye words or something like this. Before doing this is asking to subscribe or leaving a comments or something like this. Before this is to talk about this topic. Before this is to talk about that topic. And whenever you just go from end to start, you're actually building yourself a road that you would actually walk. And that way you actually operationalize the problem. This thing, even though it feels dumb at some point for some reason, but it's actually working. It's just a lot more easier for me to say myself that I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. And if you have a good goddamn plan of how you would actually achieve something, it gets super easy to take the action. And what I would actually additionally say is having a plan on when you would do this, when and where you do something is even better, because without having a clear time and location where you would accomplish your task, you would procrastinate even more because you just don't know when to start. Your brain would automatically say that, we will do this tomorrow or something like this. But actually, if you would say yourself, well, today at 3 p.m. at this exact desk, I'll start recording a video, your brain will just like, okay, we don't have any excuses. We have the deadline, we have the schedule, and we need to start at that exact moment. So whenever you know when and where you start something, it's just easier to take the action. And for some reason, previously I had this kind of imaginary or I don't know, arbitrary feelings that prevents me from doing stuff, which was tightness in my chest or some pressure on my hats or something like this. I thought that it was emotional problem because mostly like I have no idea about the emotions. Sometimes I don't know what I feel. Mostly I know which if it's super hard, like if I feel the anger, I know that it's anger because I cannot be angry at something like by little, but this exact emotion of just I don't want to do something probably is super small and I have no idea what I'm actually feeling. But having an operationalization plan, okay, just having a plan on when you would achieve something and what do you need to achieve. If your plan has the end result, is much better to do, isn't it? It's just you know when to stop. So that's basically it. Even though I never thought that this exact advice would work for me, but it actually did. For some reason, some basic stuff sometimes can help you. I never thought that planning and having a to-do list would be such a beneficial stuff to do. I never thought that to-do list is the best. I never had idea about this. I always thought that the problem has like deeper and more hard problem because I always liked to solve the problems like having no purpose in life because I have no idea what the hell is the purpose. And just working on that problems felt so much easier because you never know how to end the job. You don't know what the hell you need to do. And you might believe that that would actually solve your problem because it feels too complicated and our brains like solving complicated stuff or simply working with complicated stuff. But sometimes even easy stuff like having a to-do list and having a plan when you would do something can solve the problem. I never thought about this. Just sometimes do things that are easy, that is dumb, and you know for sure that will not work. I never thought that planning would solve my daily problem, my procrastination. Somehow it just solved. And I never thought about this previously. I never thought that even having a goddamn plan when I would start would solve this. It's hard. It's hard to understand why the fuck this actually working. I mean, I do understand that's like having a clarity, it's easier for your brain to just start to do stuff, but mostly it is it's not something that you expect from a solution. You expect the solution to be hard. You expect the solution to be complicated, because if your problem seems hard, that means the solution should be complicated, big, and hard, isn't it? But no, actually not. Sometimes it has to be easy. So thanks a lot for watching. My name is Salim, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye. Leave a like button, subscribe, and like this video. I hope that this video could help you and did entertain you for a couple of minutes. Ciao.